We need to talk about the stunts and the fight scenes in this movie because literally after watching it, I was at my home, like doing karate kicks and stuff. Your characters do so many stunts, and I just learned that y'all did a lot of these yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, how intense was that training? Because I can't believe that. I kept on, when I was watching it, I was like, how much do these stunt doubles look like these women?
Well, that's really like the sign of like a great stunt team. And our stunt coordinator and team, 8711, their job was to get us in shape so that we could do all our own stunts. And there's always like an exception here and there where it's something insanely dangerous that you really shouldn't do. But we did most of our own stunts. We started training a couple of months before shooting, kept training throughout shooting. And the stunts are the funnest bit. You don't want to give that away.
I mean, Rosie's like punching people.
That's her.
Journey's like doing kicks and stuff. I could not believe it.
No, that's not no.
You're like
And you're terrific in
pickpocketing
this,
people.
by the way.
It was incredible.
Did you know your character is the first lesbian character in the DC universe?
Yes,
Really?
that's right.
Well, Journey, you've been acting since you were a little girl. And you were on the original Full House and the sitcom On Our Own with all your siblings. How have you seen the industry change over that time?
How have I seen the industry change? You know, I've seen it. I think I'm just incredibly excited about the time we're in right now. You know, I don't know that a film like this, an R-rated comic book, girl gang action flick could have existed just a few years ago.
Wow.
And I think there's so many people who are hungry to see the world reflected on screen finally. And they're hungry to see more eclectic stories told. And I'm also excited because there's so many more filmmakers who are just like, I'm not gonna ask for a seat at the table, I'm just gonna build my own damn table.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've got people like Margo who are getting behind the camera and producing. So I'm excited about the new era that we're ushering in because we're just seeing more stories being told.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, Ms. Ella and Journey, do you two talk about what it's like to do? This is a question I'm not going to ask.
Okay.
Well, I'll move on.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Well, Rosie, we're sitting here talking about women and the power of women, and you just did something that I think is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You went to court to testify on behalf of Annabella Sciorra in the Harvey Weinstein trial. So
Yeah.
I know, pretty amazing. How did it feel to support your friend in that moment? I can't imagine.
Well, I'm not, legally, I'm not at liberty to talk about an ongoing case, as Sonny, you know. What I can say is that when a friend needs you,
Yeah.
you hope someone's there.
Yeah.
And
I
and she's my
understand.
friend.
Yeah. Well, we all here at The View support you and Annabella and have been watching the case very closely and have made our own conclusions. That being said, I have to give this legal note. Weinstein has pleaded not guilty in all charges and has denied all allegations of non-consensual sex.
Yeah, okay. What else?
All right. So, Margo, the Academy Awards are this weekend, and you're nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Bombshell. You were amazing. You played Kayla, who represents an amalgamation of women's experiences, right, with Roger Ailes. What does it mean to represent those women and their stories? Because, I mean...
You're representing me.
Yeah.
I worked in Fox during that time.
Oh, wow.
I've just, your performance was incredible in that one scene where you're twirling.
Thanks.
You know, and I prosecuted sex crimes.
Yeah.
And I felt that.
Do you know what was fascinating about that scene and what I feel like the best thing in my mind that can come out of this movie, and even awards recognition, because that always means more people are going to go see the movie, is that guys have come up to me afterwards and said, I felt like I was in her shoes, like a teeny bit of me knew what it felt like to be in that position.
How they got his office as perfect as they did. When I watched it, it was eerie.
Yeah.
Like furniture, everything.
I mean, the amount of research they did was incredible in replicating it. And Charles Randolph, who wrote it, who wrote The Big Short, like he when he explores an issue, he explores every nook and cranny of it. And they spoke to hundreds of people, particularly women that worked at Fox. And it was, it was quite a journey being a part of that film. But for me, the most rewarding thing is when men have watched it and felt like they have empathy for someone who's been in that position.
Wow.
I think that's important because we're not going to fix this on our own. It's not a problem for women to fix. It's something we all have to do together. And it's, you know, I want the guys to watch this film as much as the girls.
Congratulations. Well done. There's often some level of criticism launched towards what women wear, be it in real life or screen, or even at the Super Bowl halftime show, as it was this week, oddly enough. Rosie, how did that impact the amazing costumes you all wore in this film? Because I thought they were amazing, quite frankly.
Look
Look at that. I thought they were great.
We had our
all
costume designer,
gorgeous.
Erin, is just the coolest woman on the planet. And we all, obviously, the costumes, for those who know the comics, can see the bits that have been pulled, like paying homage to the characters, whether it's fishnets or the color palette for Black Canary and so on and so forth, diamonds for Harley. But we also wanted to wear something practical that we could fight in, because we had to fight a lot. You know, we added a moment in the film where you where you have to tie your hair back because no one can do a fight scene with hair in your face. So it was like stuff like that. It was distinctly a female influence.
Things that
All
you
right.
go to
Well,
the bathroom.
thank you. Our thanks to Margot Robbie, Rosie Perez, Journey Smollett-Bell, and Ella J. Bosco. Birds of Praise in theaters Friday, February 7th.